Flosstube. This is Leslie from Under the Sea Fabrics. It is May 7th, 2018. I am here to do I'm gonna do my monthly update. That's kind of what I'm also gonna talk a little bit about my Stitch Mania plans and, fabric of the month and stuff like that. So let's get started. So first, the fabric of the month for May, it is May, is called Dryad. It is a brown with very pale hints of pink and then lots of green. This is what it looks like on linen. And then this is what it looks like on the Ghana. The pink is supposed to be very barely there. I was trying to come up with one. What I wanted to do was originally something for, let me compose my thoughts for about half a second. What I was originally planning to do, I considered naming it Persephone, who is the goddess of spring, or Demeter, who's the goddess of the harvest. But I kind of have a plan already for Persephone and also for Demeter. And this wasn't it. Persephone, I want to do something that's a little dark and gothic, because she's also the goddess of the underworld with some bright colors mixed in. And I just hadn't gotten to it yet, so I haven't brought it out of my brain and then onto the fabric. So this became Dryad. Dryads are tree spirits in Greek mythology. So there we go. There will be no fabric of the month for Under the Sea Fabrics in June. I am traveling to StitchCon in Cincinnati, and we are taking it as an extended family vacation. So going to StitchCon, but also going to visit some friends in Ohio and some family in Virginia. And so we didn't want to do, so I'm just going to be gone, so I wouldn't have time to actually finish fabric of the month the way it should be done. That being said, at the end of June, on the 25th, going through the 5th of July, is my annual Leon Day / July 4th sale. That is, I will have all fabric, your total purchase will be 15% off. For that, I think it's 10 days, something like that. I only do 3 sales a year, and that's one of them, so kind of makes up for not having fabric of the month. Also, since we will be gone in June, orders placed from, I think we said the 10th of June until probably about the 5th of July, so that also includes sale orders, will be late shipping out. That's just the way it is. I'm going to be having fabric delivered, etc., and dyes delivered, and people picking up the mail and stuff, but I won't be home to dye it. So, dye fabric. So, it's just everything's going to be late. There will be a notice posted on the website saying from this date to this date, you can expect your order to take an extra 2 to 3 weeks longer than the standard 3 to 4 weeks, because we're just not going to be home. Also, I've had a lot of requests lately to bring back the painted fabrics. I've said it, and I think a lot of you have kind of heard me. I don't have a place in my house right now to paint fabric. We are continuously getting quotes and making plans to remodel the garage, and then I'll have plenty of painting space, but I don't have it now. But my husband and I have talked about sitting down and seeing how we can arrange the furniture in the kitchen a little bit so I can add a folded table on days I want to paint. And that will probably be after the Mirabilia retreat next week. We'll sit down. But if I'm able to put up a table where I can paint and be able... The problem is my kitchen table now, I can only paint 1 or 2 pieces at a time. And that's a waste of water. It's a waste of dye. It's almost a waste of time because it takes a full load to go through the wash to rinse it. So it's really kind of... the conservation in me does not want to use that much water for 2 pieces of fabric. So we're going to see if I can put up a folded table, and in that case I can do 7 or 8 pieces in one go. that again, it probably won't happen till the end of this month or the beginning of next month when we have, definitely won't happen before the mirror retreat next weekend. So yeah, that's next weekend, not this weekend, next weekend. So I have 10 days to finish getting myself prepared. There's so much to do. I still have to finish dyeing the fabric I have on hand for that. I have to sort all the boxes. I have a mound of boxes in my living room that are all just retreat stuff. It's just retreat stuff, and it's just boxes of door prizes and donations, and I need to sort out what goes, what's for the door prize box, what goes in the retreat bags. I'm not going to put the goodie bags together until I get to the retreat, but just like all that kind of stuff. There's just a lot. Anyway, enough of that rant. I'm just getting close. I'm always really stressed out right up until the retreat, and then the retreat happens and I'm like, okay. And then I sleep for 3 days afterwards. Alright, so Stitch Mania. Every year for Stitch Mania, I know people do 15 starts in 15 days. That was the original concept of Mania. And that's awesome, and I love watching people do it. I really do. But it is too many whips for me. So I tend to take small projects and start one, and small projects have become a cohesive thing, so they're linked together somehow. And I do start one a week for the 5 weeks in May. And then my goal is to have them finished by the 30th of June. So last year I did Nora Corbett's Bella portraits. So Bella Bee, Bella Butterfly, Bella Bee, Bella Hydrangea, and Bella Rose. That's the 4 of them. And I stitched all 4, and then I finished them out like June 29th. So the goal is to finish them by June 30th so that I have a complete project. Well, my project this year is going to be Nora Corbett, but not quite the same. I have this box. It is the box from Brenda Gervais's O Tannenbaum. I ended up with 2 of them. I think I pre-ordered the box from one store and then forgot about it and also bought it at a different store. So I had 2 of them. My plan is to spray paint this box like black, like a glossy lacquered looking black. And then I'm going to put in it the Nora Corbett witches. So I will take sections of them like you would a round robin. So one of them is going to be Maynia. And then another one, and she's going to be long ways, so it's just going to be going like this for her. Gigi. Gwen, she's another one that's going to be going long ways. And I haven't decided if I'm going to do the whole fence or just the flowers. I actually kind of think I might just do the flowers and leave the fence out of that one. And the last one is Minerva. In fact, with Minerva, I'm going to do her, but I'm also going to do separately, the center of the box is going to be her owl and moon, because I like that part of her. But I couldn't fit that and her face in the block, so that's my plan. So I started my Stitch Mania a couple days early, so because I always start like the Sunday right before, but also I started the Saturday before because I was having a bad day, and who could tell me no? So excuse me. So the first one I started was Maynia. This is on Hamlet Opal Edinburgh by Under the Sea Fabrics. Now it looks very blue on the camera. It is not. It is purple and gray with a little blue. So this is just not a good representation of the fabric. But that's what she looks like. That's how far I got in a week. And then yesterday I started Gigi. So Gigi is the start of her arm. Her broomstick. Oh, the broomstick was a bear. It has Krennic holographic number 4 braid in it. And that stuff splits. It kinks. It knots. It doesn't matter how, like, and I don't usually use Thread Heaven. It's not my favorite. I used it, tried it for this, made no difference. So it was just awful. But I persevered through. It took me a couple hours, but I got the whole thing stitched, so now I don't have to touch it again. So that's Maynia. I will hopefully finish them all and into the box. The goal is to have them all finished and in the box by June 30th. So, my other whip I have going is Grandpa's truck, pickup truck. Sorry, I'm shaking the table. From Little House Needleworks from the Farmhouse Christmas. Here's what it'll look like. Now, I'm not sure if I'm going to stitch the border or stitch that extra border that I also have for them. I haven't made that decision yet. I think I might just put the border it calls for and do it in red. I want them to be different sizes so that when I put them in a basket, it looks a little more, like, all of them will be finished into pillows. But then when they're put in a basket, it's a little more dynamic. Last thing I have, this is a finish. I started it Saturday. My friend Andrea stitched it last week and showed me the finish, and I loved it, and I was jealous, and she said, "Go, you can borrow the pattern." Cool. And then I found it in, like, the sale bin at my L&S, and I bought it. So this is called A Little Stitch from Lizzie Kate. It's on Autumn Opal Belfast. And I did not use the called for threads. I just pulled some random ones out of my stash and used what I had. So I know that's Grape Leaf, and I know that's Dublin Bay, and the words every day are stitched with tartan plaid. And I think the red I chose was called Buckeye Scarlet. I just picked random colors. Like, I just grabbed a handful out of my stash and put them wherever I wanted. So, I have some little square tart tins somewhere. I don't know where. So when I find those, I'm going to finish that into a tart. I have very little stash this week. Very little. And I'm not going to complain about that. So, the first thing I got was Hands on Designs. Oh, say can you see? I ordered the pins from my L&S, so hopefully they come in soon. I haven't decided if I'm going to do it as a drum or as a pillow yet. Right now I'm leaning towards a pillow. I ordered the trim, because it came with the back trim. I ordered the called for trim. So I just think I might do it on, you know, I don't know. I don't know what fabric I'm going to put it on either. Right now I'm leaning towards Beach Walk. I got the Next in the Hometown Holiday charts from Little House Needleworks Coffee Shop. I think that's super cute. I have a bunch of these. I'll get to them eventually. Or not. Or not. At some point I might say, yeah, I'll never stitch those and sell. I got the number 4 chart for the Farmhouse Christmas. Daisy Darlin'. Is it Dairy Darlin'? Dairy Darlin'. I should have known that. It's got a cow on it. And a chicken. Cow and a chicken. And then the last thing I got was another Lizzie Kate. I have to admit, I've never been a fan of Lizzie Kate. Still not really. This is one of the ones of hers that I really liked. So I went ahead and added it to my order when I placed an online order. Because then I'll have it just if I ever decide to do it. But I like that it's the right size for like block letters and stuff. It's called ABC Crazy. So I like the idea of like just having it to put block letters around it, you know. Alright, so that's that. I got my mystery bits from Stitching Bits and Bobs. Do I have a piece of paper? You would think I'd remember. Hey, let's look. Get a piece of paper. That'll work. No, it doesn't. It'll have to work because it's what I have. So, let me see. I get Gloriana, Silken Colors, and Splendor, and Petite Silk Lame, and Petite Treasure Braid. And the way I do it is I just ask her, hey, you know, this is my budget, just send me random of those threads. So for Silken Colors, I got Seafoam Green. And yes.
And Andrew and Faye today?
Yes. And Dried Roses. That looks brown. Well, it is kind of brown and pink. And then for Gloriana, I got Sierra Haze. I love this color. It's super pretty. Excuse that, the boys just got home from school. And Pomegranate, which is a gorgeous red. And then for Splendor, I got 879, which is a yellow. 1022, which is pale green. 905, which is another pale green, slightly darker though. And then for Petite Silk Lame Braid, I got 191, which is this great orange. I love that. I need to find a way to use that. And then also 96, which is a cranberry red. And the last one I got was Petite Treasure Braid 30, which is a gold. Oh, good timing. I'm just about done considering my house just got invaded. So, Maynia. There we go. I'm like doing that mental checklist. One thing I don't think I put, one of my plans for Maynia is that if I finish any of those witches in a week, I'm going to have a bonus chart I'm allowed to start. And so the one I have picked out, I have not kitted it yet because I haven't decided on my fabric, is the Harry Potter and the Philosopher's Stone sampler. That's all I got, is what I can show you one. It's available on Etsy from Funny Ferret Stitch, and it is $4. I mean, can't complain about that. I just have to, I haven't decided on fabric yet. It looks like it's done on like a pale purple, and I've seen a couple of people stitching it on pale purple. I'm leaning towards doing it either on Looking Glass or Autumn, but I don't know, it might be an excuse to use a fun color I don't usually stitch on, because I really don't stitch on a lot of the wackier colors that I dye. I don't know why. I always go back to the same 3 or 4, so I might do it on Keone, that might be fun, or Ice Scrapes. I don't know, just haven't decided. So if you have suggestions, go ahead and post them here. And that is all until next month. Thanks for watching, guys.